Hi everybody, Paul here again. I'm here with Francine and a couple of our favorite animals for World Parrot Day, which is actually today. We're going to talk all about parrots and the cool adaptations they have that make them suitable for where they live in the wild. So right behind me, Francine has Jasper out, and Jasper is a major Mitchell's cockatoo, and you can hear him vocalizing, and it sounds like he's saying words. What he's actually doing is he's mimicking. So a lot of times people think that parrots can talk, and while it sounds really similar to human voices, they're not really talking, they're mimicking. What mimicking is they're just kind of copying the words that they hear from the rest of their flock. And in this case, their flock is us. So let's see if we can get Jasper to do a couple behaviors. So what Francine is doing right now is an example of what we call positive reinforcement. So she's asking Jasper for some behaviors, and if he does them, then he gets a treat. If he doesn't do those behaviors, that's okay. He doesn't have to do anything he doesn't want to do. He still gets his full diet every day. We never make our animals do anything. We'll ask them to do things, and a lot of times they love to do it because it's kind of fun, it's engaging, it's mentally stimulating. He just doesn't get that extra treat just at this moment. Well, you can see with Jasper's really powerful beak, he can just tear apart that peanut. Parrots have extremely tough beaks to get through things like nuts and fruits and other things they find out in the wild. And then you can see that he holds onto those things with his foot. He uses his foot kind of like a hand, and then he uses his tongue to kind of manipulate the peanut or whatever he has. One of the really neat facts about these guys, and one of the coolest facts that most people don't know, parrots actually have bones in their tongues. So they can use their tongues to hold things and turn things and manipulate them because they're a lot more dexterous than, say, like a human's. So our next guests are Manelia and Kiwi. Kiwi is a Congo African gray. They are from the rainforests of Africa, and these guys actually are endangered. There's not a ton of them left out in the wild, and unfortunately sometimes they're taken for the pet trade too. So African grays are actually one of the smartest non-primate animals out there. They're up there with ravens and other animals like that. They can problem solve, they can actually associate words with objects, so they can actually know the names of their toys too. So they're very intelligent, which means they need a lot of mental stimulation. So they need a lot of challenges, so we give them puzzle feeders and things like that. Our trainers work with the animals every single day to make sure they're engaged and they're happy. And parrots are very social animals, so they want that interaction. They want to be able to kind of hang out with their keepers and hang out with their favorite people. And they really do develop favorite people. So parrot beaks are very, very powerful. You can see she's actually making it into this almond using nothing but her beak. You know, the beaks are pretty small, but they can actually bite down with about 300 pounds of pressure, which again is kind of like a dog bite almost. One of the neat facts is the wider a beak is, generally, the more powerful it is. So a very narrow beak won't be very strong, but a wide beak like a parrot, like this one, it's pretty darn strong. So one of the things that helps Kiwi hold on to her food is she has these very unique feet. They're called zygodactyl feet, and what that means is she has 2 toes pointing forwards and 2 toes pointing backwards. That helps them grab onto their food, it helps them grab onto perches. They can even hang upside down using those feet. So one of the ways that you guys can help parrots is by making sure that any lumber you use is from sustainable sources. So make sure that it's rainforest certified, that it's safe, that it wasn't harvested illegally, and that really saves their habitats because they live in those trees. They spend their entire lives in those trees. And anything you can do to help preserve those trees will help out parrots just by doing that. So make sure that you look for paper products that have the FSC logo. All right, well, thank you guys for visiting with us on today's World Parrot Day. And as always, thanks for stopping by and watching our videos and supporting Brookfield Zoo. I think Jasper has something to say to you guys before we take off, though.